you sell for 150 naira. You agree or you no agree? Oh yeah, now give me. It's a verbal agreement. Everybody seems kosher with it. Now, when you do buy that item, let's say you bought bole, let's say you bought beans, let's say you bought rice, or whatever it is, you bought a basket of tomatoes, or you bought a brand new phone, or a second-hand phone, whatever, a second-hand laptop, whatever, even a motor vehicle, right? Now, in this country, particularly, let's come down to River State, a lot of people would only ask for documents for very large items or items that require a huge sum of money. For example, nobody, I don't know one person who would go out to say he wants to buy a car, beg your pardon, or she wants to buy a car, and they'll tell the girl or they tell the guy, this car costs 5 million naira. It's okay, take, and they just take the key, and you just like, no, but I don't know of any single sane person who would do that. You need documentation, right? You actually do need documentation. However, it's very interesting how even the smaller amounts these days, when I say small amounts, I'm talking about 5,000 naira, 1,000 naira these days. From what I got to see a few days ago, people are now even asking, I need proof that if I buy this thing from you, I feel come back and I go return them. So here's the story, ladies and gentlemen. Now, not too far from where I stay, a young man is a cobbler. He decides to make shoes and fix shoes and everything. He's pretty good. He has a big umbrella, thousands of shoes, that have been abandoned are all around him. People regard him as one of the very best. Now, an altercation occurred a few days ago when he claimed that this lady brought a pair of shoes and he told her that, please, madam, this shoe they bring. This money when you put, I not go fit use until work this shoe. I go fit pull gum. I don't tell you, madam, may you change the sole. To change the sole now 2,500. The lady says, fix my shoe. Fix my shoe. Now they're exchanging words. And the lady says, you tell me say you want change, so I say no. Say just fix them normally. I said I fixed it normally. I don't pull gum. You wear the shoe as you walk out from here, reach there. The thing cut. Now my fault. And the lady now said something that was very funny, which is why we're talking about this. We agreed that you will fix the shoe. The shoe is not fixed. And then somebody in a bit to try, pacify the situation says, madam, you did not have a document to say this is how well the shoe will be fixed. He told you. He said this is not going to last long. But you insisted that you only want gums. Act. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, those of you who are very good at agreements, what should this my young cobbler friend do? He did what he told her that would work, but she refused. She insisted on her own, in quote, relation. So now we're here. Agreement, they say, is agreement. The question is, should there have been a document of sorts? This is very funny. Should there have been a document of sorts? People buy buildings with documents. I've heard that some people, and I know some of you are in that category, some people just hire, what do you call them? Hands, laborers, whatever, no documentation. Some people will help plaster your house for weeks on end, but there's no documentation, but you've agreed to pay them. You've agreed. So what if the person doesn't come? Do you hold him?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt. With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so let's get straight to the phone lines. 017-923-0007 and 017-923-0003. Michael is in Bokri. Let's get to say hello to him and happy Eid to you. Good morning, Michael.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
The thing is that have you watched that show on one of those channels, Retrieve Justice? and there's one with George Ronda
I think.
and George Judy.
Yeah, I
don't know
think.
if you
Yeah,
watched that program.
yeah. Judge Judy, I know. She's pretty famous.
George Judy, very. Since I made, as I this mentioned the name, you know I'm going to. I followed up that program. I should be actually watching it, but I'm doing something right now. You discover something like this. So many cases like this. It is that in Nigeria we are not very serious with documentation. Do you know mothers sue their daughters, fathers sue their sons?
In America, that's true, Michael.
Yes,
that's very true.
If you are watching that program, you will see so many cases that in Nigeria we take for granted. You can be sued. Cousins sue their nephews sue their aunties. They don't care who you are. Documentation is very important. You know, you go to POS to do transaction, they will not give you slip. And part of that money they are charging you for carries all those things. But they won't give you. They'll tell you no slip now.
No paper. Paper don't finish.
No paper. Just like what you asked yesterday, witchcraft. All these things are part of it. But we will not agree. The truth is that we don't take. If you watch that program, I would advise people to watch that program very well. You will discover that we play a lot in this country. We have not gone anywhere. We are still backward. Now, that boy is at fault. No documentation. It is the woman's word against you. Who will you? It will take a learned person now to now justify the truth in this matter. I'm learning from it because I'm also a victim of this thing. I'm learning from it. In anything I do now, I document. I gave my landlord money. I did not put it into writing. Last week I quickly went and write all I could remember in case he comes back for another argument. I will show to him. I'm telling you the truth. Good.
Wow.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much. Ibizo's on Audley Road. Ibizo, good morning to you and happy Eid.
Good. Happy public holiday. I even want the moon to come out on Thursday, so workers will extend their public holiday to Friday.
Wow. It just come out.
Hey, okay, let us talk about the topic on ground. Now, good, if you go to some hotel and they say they have complimentary breakfast, and in the morning you take that. In the afternoon, your lunch is not included. And in hotel, maybe the way you stay for your room, you take breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So now, anywhere you are going, it's good. You see it on black and white. Now the woman said, fix my shoe. And I said, the one you pay for, I've did it. And let me change the sole. He said, no. And you want to hold the guy?
Which is what she did.
Now, like you are talking with Michael in you about here. Here in Nigeria, some people come and do social job because of the desperation people have that want to do the job. Okay, I will do social thing. I'll do because I want to get the job. Like me, because of contract, I would like to see you one on one to show you my sample for you to know what you are going for. And if I'm sending you a message of my packages, I have to stick it out for you to know the kind of package you have. Not something that we'll talk tomorrow. I said, maybe I'll give you 4 items, and tomorrow I give you 2 items. You know, but some people used to behave like that. It's something you are going for. You know A and B that you are going for before payment. Let me go to online traders.
Okay, Ibizo, I'm sorry. We have to go on a break. Hello, Ibizo.
And at the end of the day,
Ibizo, hi.
Going to bring a product to you.
Okay, all right. Let's go on a break, please. we're talking about contracts, and I asked the question, do you demand documents? Do you document, agreements before starting the job? Now, in some sectors, all right, for some transactions, right, you don't necessarily have a documentation required. Take, for example, when we open the phone lines, when you listen to us, when you tune in at 6 a.m. in the morning to listen to the news, it's a contract. It's a contract that we have signed, in a sense, with you, the listener, that by 6 a.m., you should hear the 6 a.m. news. By 7 a.m., the 7 a.m. news, and so on and so forth. It is pretty much our deal with you. So that you, in response, you say, okay, you know what, we want to, this thing, we had it. Let's talk about it. But it's not documented per se in black and white. Although in the articles that guide this particular broadcast station and many other broadcast stations in Nigeria, it is written. It is read, as they say in law. But then, when you are doing your personal business, for example, right? And we can't do without it. This happens everywhere in the world. Hello, please, how much are your tomatoes? 10 naira. I take. That's fine. We've signed a contract. We've agreed that I will exchange my 10 naira notes for your 10 naira worth of tomatoes. But then, what happens if I want to return them? What happens if, I find out they are defective? Maybe you put 2 bad ones underneath and I didn't see them. Do I have a right to return them? Well, legally, yes, you do. But we're not here talking from a law standpoint. But we're talking about your regular activities. If it's something that you keep at the back of your mind these days. In the story I shared with you about the cobbler and the lady now, should he have maybe recorded the conversation? That's the documentation. Should he have said, madam, you see why when people go to certain shops, they say, this is going to cost you 1,000. I say it's too expensive. It's because of documentation. Or am I not on the right page? Ola is speaking to us from Eleme. Ola, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Port Harcourt people.
Welcome. Hello, Port Harcourt.
The problem I have is, like your man, for example, now, he knew very well that this thing will not last long. The service he wants to offer them so much. All that concerns, she doesn't know anything about shoemaking. She cannot afford the sole of the shoe. All she wants is solution. Now, if your shoemaker or your man, like you said in person now, has integrity, he has seen the quality of gum he is using to do the job. The quality of this gum cannot sustain this shoe for a very long time. And he cannot spend a benchmark or a particular time of how long this thing will last. It will happen in 2 seconds. You can just put your leg inside and it open again. You could even carry it for 3 months. Now, when you discover that this thing cannot stay, the best you can do if you have integrity is condemn it. Give her a thing like that. Dude, I have taken my car to Organizer for them to patch my tire. And when they checked the tire, they saw multiple holes. So I stepped on a stick with wood, with chuku on it and multiple holes on it. The Organizer look at the tire and condemn the tire. He said this tire can no longer work as tubeless. Go and buy two and put inside.
Yeah.
And because I cannot afford 2, I took the same tire to another organizer. He just washed it around and saw the hole. Look at the big one, look at someone, and patch those 2 small ones and put it for me like that. And I drive, park my car, come back the following day, tire have left. I went back to him, but I don't patch this thing well. He said, but you drive and come out. So you see the difference between the first person and the second person. Now take a look for those of us that book ride.
Yes. I
know I am moving from Rumokoro to Rumekini, but I have put Nigerian info as my destination. When the driver is Nigerian info, it's a contract from Rumokoro to Nigerian info. I should come down. Not tell the driver say I never reach the Nigerian info as a landmark. I am breaking the contract already.
But Ola, in the case of the shoemaker, right? He told the lady that this thing you want me to do will not solve this problem. He told her. It was explicit.
I agree with you, and I agree with him. You know it's not service. Why do it and let her money?
Okay.
Give her a shoe with her money to find a solution for herself.
Okay, Ola, let's get to hear from Muriel. Krikazan is standing by. Muriel, good morning to you. Welcome, please.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, Joe, the job is in a hurry we're always in a hurry, sharp, to collect and leave. That's when you see that at the ATM point, this ATM machine will get there. After you want to receipt, most Nigerians, trust me, 55% of persons that are about ATM, they just say no receipt. They just, because they do that, collecting, waiting for that receipt, just about 1 minute. So just move on. Look, at the market, in some countries, we have shopping malls, market malls. But here, see our market now. So you buy or force, if you buy, you wait for the receipt. How can that be?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, it's impossible. The way things are structured, just our things are just in the place. But I think we have to solve every market more, let me not call it more, just schools, where they settle, because all these disputes always around. So that when matters come up, you don't need to just take it to the elders. What do they call them?
Yes, to look at you. Yes, to solve them.
They call them. Let them
okay. Zion, good morning to you. How well do you document things?
Since they came and they stole everything from us now, our parents,
who stole everything from you?
Documented issue. They stole it from us. Do you know that it was the pyramid in Egypt was too heavy? They cannot carry it. How they can carry that pyramid? They would have stolen it also. And our ancestors now start having unwritten constitutions, unwritten documents, verbal agreements with conscience. I want to sell my yam bang for 300 calories. Will you buy it or not? It's an agreement between you and me.
A verbal agreement, which is also
agreement,
which is also legal.
Authentic. There was trust. We love each other because we don't want them to come and steal our secrets anymore. When they came, they invaded everything we have. Our documents on medicine, on science, everything. Today they are replicating it and sending back to us. We were the ones that was making phone calls before they brought this in the call phone. No. Are you not aware?
No, I'm not aware.
You are not aware.
How are you people doing it?
Ask our ancestors. There is something that we tap somewhere. Talk to your brother in London. Talk to your brother. You hear your brother talking to you directly. Sir, today, how many of us go to the filling station as you buy fuel 2 liters, they collect your receipts? Mention one person.
Most people don't. They're fair enough. Most people don't.
You see, are you aware that even the cash card, you after call, they send you receipt, 1 minute call, 26 seconds cost this. What does that tell you? They are keeping to the agreement and giving you a receipt for payment. Why don't we do this anymore? Because we are not indoctrinated anymore. We have lost that which that binds and keeps us together. Do you know that even the chewing gum I go to buy, if you give me a receipt, I want to ask, how many of us going about our phones have the receipt in our pockets?
But that's the thing. But that's it, Zion. Even you, right? Do you have the receipt of your phone in your pocket? Nobody does. Exactly. Nobody. Even in the US, most people don't carry the receipts of their device because it's regarded as your personal space. You can prove that it's yours if.
No, it is you. But I can hold you and say this phone belongs to me. This phone belongs to me. On a normal case, I'm taking you to the police. From your police, wherever they kept you, that's where they go and sort out your what? Your receipt to come and prove it is yours or not. It was the verbal agreement that made us not to carry receipt about. Because of that consciousness, the truth and the trust our ancestors handed over to us. Most of us who went to marriage, did we collect receipts? What you collect was a marriage certificate.
Is that one not receipt? Wait, Zion, wait. Are you saying now that if a man like me now, as I want to marry, I want to go, and I say, Papa, please give me a receipt for this dowry I'm about to pay, this bride price. You are saying I should collect receipt?
You should collect receipt.
But you just said, wait, Zion, about a minute, Zion, a minute and a half ago, you just said our ancestors will agree. You want to buy yam, take cowrie. No receipt. We had trust. Are you saying now that I can go and marry one woman now? The papa will go and collect another bride price from somebody?
Jude, you just mentioned it, oh.
Ha!
Collect. Dude, you should collect the receipt. I married Ada on the 25th of February.
There's problem.
2024.
There's problem.
Any month.
There's problem. Hey. Oh, you poo. Hey, my goodness. Okay, one area I don't joke with is documentation. Is when I board a public vehicle, I raise my voice to ensure that the driver hears me and informs the driver of the denomination of money I have or the amount I am willing to pay to avoid problems. The cobbler should just ignore that woman. She said, fix my shoe, which he did by putting gum. She didn't say change the sole of my shoe. The woman had no case. Right now, from Woji. It's all right. Hey. 92.3, good morning. So, on Ordinary Road. Welcome.
Yes, Jude. Before I finish my talk, I would like to have Mr. Zion's number so we can hang out. And, I like the way we make it. So we can hang out this public holiday. If possible, you can join us. Okay. Now, when you talk about marriage, do you know that when you are covering an event, the family will bring out the list, papa money, social amount, senior brother, like that. And when they put everything, they put total. That is the receipt. Give it to the man because now sometimes you put 10 tubers of yam, 20 can of sugar thing, combine everything, and some you share it with money. And when they put the total, by the time you finish everything, you are spending good amount of money. That is the receipt. And after they will give the man and the woman certificate, that man will keep that receipt in his box that I spent some amount of money when I was
married.
Right.
Wow.
Even last week, things like that happened. So when Mr. John said the receipt, that is the receipt.
But that's it. But he has a point.
By the time you are going to your traditional wedding, bear it in mind that you have receipts. Because you pay for everything, even bullet that you like. The family will put bullet. Maybe like this sort of plantain. That is your receipt. So you bear it in mind that receipt is fully. It's not short word. This is additional. So everything you bring 5 bottles of snap, of semen, the original semen that we the job we should take, not the adulterated one. All of them are your receipt, Jude. No matter what drink you are buying are your receipts. So now you see that many people go into business without knowing what they are going for. And what I was saying about social media users, they will talk all manner of things on social media. At the end of the day,
they won't fulfill
show working. They will not give you what they agree with you. You now see that both of you have problems because they want to make money by all costs. So it's good. Anything you are going for, you know what you are going for, the items they are giving you. So you hold them hostage. You don't give you that thing that they say that they will give you. Because every time we are in a hurry, we want to buy and we don't want problems. And these people are taking advantage. You, for example, now, somebody said that, I want to mold block for you. And you give them 10 bags of cement. And the person use and go to their 2 bags and you discover, I don't give that person free.
Okay. All right.
So, everything you are doing, go for documentation. It's necessary. Although Nigeria, we don't have, if you say how many population in Nigeria, say they cannot give you full details.
All right, that's not a problem. The documentation culture. So just hit that on the head. So thank you very much. What's up now? I'm going to get to Facebook at Nigeria Info PH. At Nigeria Info is where you'll find us on Facebook, and on X at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Join the conversation this morning. We're talking about documentation, contracts. Do you document? Do you demand for documentation when you are carrying out whatever contract you are doing? Now, interestingly, the last two callers, the penultimate, also the last one, seem to be on the same boat. That, hey, look, even for something as serious and as some would say solemn, sanctimonious as marriage, you should have documentation. But that's why we have marriage certificate. Isn't that documentation enough? He said, no, you should carry receipts. So, in fact, let me just pause. I'm just going to hold your breath. All right, move on. Good morning, Jude, and happy holiday and discussion on the ground. If you want to rent a house, you meet some agents. They will tell you that there's a borehole in the compound. Everything is okay without putting it on paper. And when you make your payment, you discover there's some things you are seeing and what the agent explained to you are two different things. Are you going to hold the landlord or the agent because you spend more money to fix those things in the house? Good question. Did you ask for documentation? That's a very interesting scenario. Christian is a Mumasi. Christian, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Go on, Christian. We can hear you. Go on, please. Hello? Hello, Christian. Oh, dear. I think Christian was probably distracted. Hey, this mosquito. I've killed it. Oh, my days. Oh, there's a mosquito that was just lying in this studio. I just killed. Oh, there's this satisfaction. Oh, my Lord. I don't know about you, but let me not get distracted. Let me go on. This mosquito. My lie. WhatsApp 009 030 6416. Well, I need to read this to you guys. I need to read this. Jude, good morning. We know you as a wrestling journalist. Please give us some trending issues as regards the just concluded WrestleMania. Really? Oh my God! I'm very sure Femi and Eddie Kalela must have talked about WrestleMania. You know, that was one of the biggest match that night. Had to be the tag team fight between Roman Reigns and his relatives. Talking about the man with the Superman punch and Cody Rhodes. You know, that's anyway. Focus, Jude. All right, wrestling is not on our place, but thank you very much for the reminder. That was me, 6 years ago. Good morning, Jude. There was one barrister you had on the show last year. He did address many of these areas you're talking about. We take so many things for granted in this country. Hence, we get what we deserve. You can't give what you don't have. Even an illiterate can document his or her transaction with the aid of a sincere literate person to assist him. Worse still, most learned people in Nigeria are taking advantage of the ignorance of the vast majority of the unlearned or learned to exploit them, Michael. And I think there's truth in that. I think there's truth in Michael's statement. There are some people, some of you, who know that the person who's trying to have a contract or doing contracts or having a business transaction with you is not adept at the finer print. So you manipulate them. You take advantage of them because they can't read, because they can't write, or because they can't understand the legal jargons that you get to promote and propagate in those documents. Now, there is a difference between paying for a license and getting license certificate. If you pay for marriage list, you collect receipt duly signed by the family. Wait, this is a serious thing, no? Duly signed by the family head. When you finally get your wife, collect your license certificate from the government to show, say, na your wife. Anybody feel hold receipt, but your license show another level of ownership. You buy your product that is wrapped and you go with it. Once you open the wrap, and it is not what you want, then you return it to the shop or the spare parts owner. They will tell you that you've broken the seal and they can't take it or refund you. If I not open up, I want to say the content no be better one. Documentation is important before giving your money away to anyone. Ola George. All right, thank you very much. Marvis from Elelawal here says, I don't think there's any reason to blame Cobbler because he already told her that it's not a strong one, that she should be blamed. It was a spoken agreement and he must not be giving him, and he must not give her a paper. Miriam said, do we demand for receipts when you buy or for periwinkle, crayfish? All over the world, there are condiments people just hand over cash and they take it away. Maybe you can say very small consumables, right? But let's be honest. What if I was to buy I find out that, the basket of tomatoes is only half full with tomatoes. What's beneath is either grass or in some cases stones. What do I do? That's where the problems start. Did you check? Yes, I agree. Someone mentioned we had a lawyer last year who I think we addressed issues like this. But every day you go out, documentation is all around you. Ibiso says, if I'm doing business with you, I send you money, I will send you the receipt for documentation purposes. Thank you. All right. Destiny says, as you were talking, my dad just brought out his receipt for my mom's diary and told me that if you like, don't go take receipt for your wife's diary. And that mosquito you killed, please bring the receipt. Okay, this has to be the comment of this morning. I have to give it a applause to that person. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Said the father brought out a receipt for the mom. I've never heard of this before. Wait a minute. So wait. You mean when you pay for diary, you should collect receipt? Hey, wow. Yippee yo, yippee yay. There's no day I call me I don't learn something new. Not a single day. Jude, collect receipt before we hear you not paying full. But seriously, documentation is necessary in this world of today. My people say, book no they lie, even if I doubt that now. Something happened between my husband and I some time ago. He was saving money with me. The day he took the money, I gave him the money. Son of man said, it is not complete. I brought up my book and boom, he started laughing. Imagine if I didn't document it. And just a month ago, he started saving for our children's fees with me. I forgot to document. Now we are arguing over 1,000. I had to let it slide because I don't have evidence. Nevertheless, it is not everything that is documentable. Imagine buying periwinkle. I said that before, or for all those small things. How in the world would you request for receipt for all those? Very true. Hey, this lady says son of man. All right, 017-923-0002. 017-923-0007. All right, let's wrap up this morning. We have just about a minute and a half, just 2 minutes before we go on a break. And we have another conversation coming up, a huge one coming up this morning by 11 o'clock. We'll be talking about your parents and television. Some history lessons today will be shared. I can guarantee you. All right. WhatsApp 0809-030-6416, 0830-6416. All right, that's WhatsApp only. Please do not call that number. All right, thank you very much. All right, now Michael says, Jude, in your tomatoes example, all right, if you have an Android phone, you do a video. If you don't have if you don't have a video call to the sender, if you don't have the caller's number or seller's number, get a witness and report the issue to him or her within reasonable time. But be polite when discussing the issue with the seller. That happens to me and I get refunds afterwards. I'll tell you what One of the most difficult things I think you can purchase, most troubling thing you can purchase in this country, is a tuber of yam or tubers of yams. Why? Because on the outside, a lot of them look very great. There's nothing as painful as when you buy a tuber of yam for maybe 1,100 naira these days, right? And then you get home, and then okay, the following day you want to let me eat yam and yam and stew. You now cut the yam, and then a third is rotten, or in some cases filled with insects. I mean, if you ever cut yam and you find out the yam has now become the nest for ants, but you paid money in the market. Do you take have? It can be, you know. So documentation, pretty good. You should be able to at least show proof that you did or didn't do a transaction with someone or a group. My name is Jude. More conversations coming your way after the break. Stay tuned.